Namaskaram. So we were discussing about composition scheme and we had discussed many provisions from our handwritten notes. Let's look at these some provisions from your study material. So these are the statutory provisions of composition levy. The more content is not written in this statutory provision, the major content is written in overview or analysis. So this is what we have already discussed. Again one more time I'm reading for your better understanding. The composition levy is an alternative method. Okay, majority of this point you must understand today because we have discussed it yesterday. The composition levy is an alternative method of levy of tax designed for small taxpayers whose turnover is up to prescribed limit. The objective of composition scheme is to bring simplicity and reduce the compliance cost of small taxpayer. Primarily, the composition scheme is available to the supplier of goods, restaurant services, but composition suppliers are permitted to supply services up to specified limit. So usually you cannot supply the services, but you know the exception of 10% of last year turnover or 5 lakh rupees, which is higher, is available now of a marginal value for opting the composition. Small taxpayer with aggregate turnover of a preceding financial year up to 1.5 crore shall be eligible for composition levy. But you know, Mami Natri USA may, though the 8 states are having limit of 75 lakh, supplier opting for composition levy need not to worry about the classification of their goods or services or both, the rate of GST on their goods or services, etc. You understand? So they don't have to worry about classification because the normal rates are not applicable for them. We are having specified rates for them. You know that 0.5, 0.5, then 0.5, 0.5 for manufacturer, then 0.5, 0.5 for trader, and 2.5, 2.5 for restaurant. They are not required to raise any tax invoice. Yes, they are not required to raise any tax invoice, but simple need to issue bill of supply. What is bill of supply and all the content of bill of supply we are going to discuss in a chapter called invoice, wherein no tax will be charged from the recipient. An eligible person opting to pay tax under composition scheme shall, instead of paying tax on every invoice at a specified rate, pay tax at a prescribed percentage on his turnover in every quarter. Oh, he pays the tax quarterly. This is what you should know. CMP 08 that I have told you is the form that he has to file before paying tax. At the end of the quarter, he would pay the tax without availing benefit of input tax credit. This is second negative point. He cannot take credit. He cannot give credit. Okay. Return is to be filed annually. GSTR 4 has to be filed annually. Okay. Person making interstate supply of goods or person making supplies of goods through e-commerce operator who are required to collect tax at source shall not be eligible for composition scheme. I have told you, if you are making interstate supply, outward supply of goods, or you are making supply through e-commerce operator, Flipkart, Amazon and all, so you are not able to take the composition scheme. This is just the background. Then we are going to discuss the provisions in detail. The provisions relating to composition levy are contained in section 10 of CGST Act 2017 and chapter 2 composition levy of central goods and service tax rules 2017. The said rules have been incorporated for discussion following paras. Turnover limit. So you know that the turnover limit as of now for rest of India is 1.5 crore. However, the said notification stipulate that the turnover limit for composition levy shall be 75 lakh in respect of 8 special states, and those states are Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura. The abbreviation for this that we have remember is Ma, Mi, Na, 3,
USA.
USA, ME. Ganesh, your mic is on, please switch it off. In case of Assam, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, for all these states the limit is 1.5 crore. Okay. Now let's see what is written here. Okay. This turnover we have to check on aggregate pan-India level basis. A dealer Prithviraj has office in Maharashtra and Goa. First of all, is it possible to have office in two different states? Answer to yes, it is yes. But sir, you said before few minutes in last lecture also, a person cannot make interstate supply. See, having offices in or having branches in two different states doesn't mean you are running interstate business. That means you are having multi-state business. In composition scheme, you can have multi-state business, and this is the example of that. Okay, this is a multi-state business. Maharashtra shop is selling goods to the Maharashtra people, and Goa shop is selling goods to the Goa people. So we are not doing interstate supply. We are running businesses in two different states. He makes intrastate supply of goods from both of these offices. So they have clearly written there is no interstate supply. In order to determine whether the Prithviraj is eligible to avail benefit of composition scheme, the turnover of both offices would be taken into account, and if the same does not exceed 1.5 crore, why? Because the limit in Goa is also 1.5 crore, the limit in Maharashtra is also 1.5 crore. The Prithviraj opt means you have to put an application to department. It is not by default scheme, friends. You need to put an application to department to avail the composition levy scheme, subject to the fulfillment of other conditions. Okay, that's fine. So while computing the threshold limit of 1.5 crores, what are the inclusions and exclusion to aggregate turnover? So this is also important, I told you. What are included? Whatever turnover you have made in last year, everything is included. Turnover means your total sales. What is that? Taxable supply, exempt supply. But exempt supply further I have divided into three more supply as per definition. Exempt supply includes nil rated supply, wholly exempt supply, and non-taxable supply also. Non-taxable supply means supply of petroleum, alcoholic liquor. Those are also considered here. Export, yes. Interstate, yes. So again, one more doubt should come to your mind. So just now you told us that a composition dealer cannot make interstate supply, and here in aggregate turnover, you are asking us to consider even interstate supply turnover in total turnover or in aggregate turnover. Yes, friend, this aggregate turnover we are not computing for the current year. This aggregate turnover is from the previous year, preceding year. Please understand, last year you have made interstate supply of goods will not disqualify you from availing composition scheme in the current year. We are availing composition in a current year. In current year, you are not supposed to make interstate supply of goods. Please understand, current year you are not supposed to make interstate supply of goods. Last year you have made interstate supply of goods. That's fine. There is no problem about it. Okay. So this is one of the confusion that people are usually, they get when they reach to this particular point. Having this person of all the person having the same PAN be computed on all India basis. So if you are having offices in 4 different states, all 4 states turnover will be considered here. This 1.5 crore is not state-wise limit. This 1.5 crore is a countrywide limit. But what is excluded here? Any other, please understand, any other GST taxes, CGST, HGST, UTGST, IGST says should not be considered while computing aggregate turnover. That means aggregate turnover is exclusive of GST levy. Okay. And value of inward supply. Obviously, turnover means outward supply, not inward supply. Value of inward supply on which tax is payable under reverse charge. So this has to be excluded. Okay, friends. Next. So what are the rates? What are the rates of tax? You know this. Okay. What are the rates of tax? 0.5% of turnover in the state. So this is not total turnover, and this is a CGST rate. So you must understand this is a CGST rate. The same rate is applicable at HGST. So total will be a different rate that we have written in our handwritten notes. For restaurant it is 2.5%, and for any other supplier, that is trader usually, okay, it is 0.5 on turnover. Okay, taxable. Okay, turnover taxable. That means this is total turnover. This is total turnover. This is also total turnover, but this is only taxable turnover. Okay. So turnover in state, why is it written? I have already explained why turnover in state is important, because we are going to pay tax to particular state. We are having one question, we'll get that idea clear from that illustration. Intimation. I told you this composition scheme is not by default available to the supplier. He has to apply. So any person who is not registered and applies for the registration may give an option to pay tax under composition scheme. If you are a first time taxpayer to the GST, at the time of registration itself, you can file it in Form B, Part B of registration form, that is GST registration 1. When we are going to do a GST registration chapter, in that you will understand there are two parts to your Form GST 1. In Form 1, you get basic information, and in Form 2, Part B, you get detailed information. The same shall be considered as an intimation to pay tax under composition levy. Such intimation shall be considered only after grant of registration to the applicant, and his option to pay tax under composition levy shall be effective from the date of registration. That's okay, because you are not registered under. Unregistered dealer cannot get the composition scheme. To get the composition scheme, you must get registration first. So your registration and composition both will come into effect from the effective date of registration. Intimation by registered person. Now registered person is already registered by the department. He has to put an application to get the composition scheme. A registered person who opts to pay tax under composition scheme shall electronically file an intimation in a prescribed form on GST common portal. You know the common portal address, www.gov.in, prior to commencement of the financial year. Because 1st April onwards, you need to collect tax or you need to pay tax under composition, because regular person is having different provision in the law. A composition dealer is having different provision in the law. So before you should make sure before you commence the previous year or before commencement of the financial year, you need to apply for a composition scheme. For the state option is exercised, he shall also furnish statement in a prescribed form in accordance with the provision within 60 days from the commencement of the relevant financial year. That is for input tax credit and all. So that we will discuss in chapter number 6, ITC. Any intimation in respect of any place of business in the state or UT shall be deemed to be intimation for all other places. You understand? So if you are having Maharashtra and Goa premises office, last point as well, you don't have to put intimation and application for each state separately. If you apply for Maharashtra, by default it will be considered on all over India basis. The option to pay tax under composition levy shall from the beginning of the financial year. Thus, the person applying for registration can opt for a composition at any time in the financial year, and composition levy shall become effective from which registration is effective. The registered person can opt composition scheme from the beginning of the financial year, and composition levy shall be effective from the beginning of said financial year. That's fine. Next. Condition and restriction imposed on composition levy. So let's look at the conditions. You know that yesterday we had discussed this. I told you there are two special provisions in law, and those are casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person. We will discuss about them in registration chapter in depth. So CTP or NRTP, these two people are not eligible to get the composition scheme. Okay, this is just a point to remember. Whatever stock you are having, goods held in the stock, whatever stock you are having with you have not been purchased from the unregistered supplier. So you must purchase your stock from registered supplier, and in case you have purchased it from unregistered supplier, you have to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism, and that is 9(4). Okay. There is one note written here. What is note? Look at this note. This condition applies in case where a builder or promoter is opting for a composition scheme, had a stock of goods which is required to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism. Because right now RCM is applicable only on builder. You know that 80% of input has to be from the registered supplier, 80% of input has to be from registered supplier, and cement has to be from registered supplier to the extent of 100%. You know that we have already discussed 9(4) reverse charge. Next. He shall pay tax under 9394 on inward supply or services or both. You understand, whatever inward supplies are there, on that you are not going to pay tax at the rate of composition levies rate. On those you are going to pay tax at normal rate. And yesterday I have given you example. If you are taking services of GTA, the reverse charge rate of GTA is 5%. So you are required to pay tax at 5%, not at the rate of 1%. He was not engaged in manufacture of notified goods under section 10(2). What are those notified goods here? Ice cream and other edible ice, pan masala and all tobacco products, Plus here with ice cream, I told you aerated water is the latest amendment that we have to incorporate. Okay. He shall mention the word composition levy not eligible to collect tax on supply on top of the bill of supply issued by him. That's okay. That's the format of bill of supply. Apart from that, he should also put a board of composition taxable person on all visible premises of his business. Okay. So on signboard or maybe behind a billing counter, he should put this board composition levy. So please understand who are not eligible for composition scheme. Okay. Supplier of service. The supplier of services are not eligible for composition scheme. Supplier of goods which are not leviable to tax. So if you are a petrol pump, why should you go for composition scheme? Your petrol product is not at all taxable under composition. Supplier of interstate outward supply of goods. Now please understand outward supply of goods. Some people understand it as he should never do any interstate supply. No, no, no. He should not do outward interstate supply. Inward interstate supply is permissible, and that is written in this star. Look at this. There is no restriction on composition supplier to receive interstate inward supply of goods, as also make interstate supply, interstate inward and outward supply of services. This condition is applicable only on goods. So a composition dealer can make interstate outward supply of services. This is what I have told you yesterday. I gave you one example of solar panel installation. So if you are selling solar panel at the same time you provide consultancy for solar panel installation, solar panel sales should happen intrastate. That should not happen interstate. But a consultancy can happen intrastate and interstate as well, because a composition dealer is allowed to provide certain value, a marginal value, a 10% value as a service. Okay. Person supplying goods to electronic commerce operator is not eligible, and ice cream, pan masala, tobacco, and aerated water is also not eligible. Okay. Next. Sir, can we supply goods? Yes. Fundamentally, it was not allowed, but now it is allowed to the extent of 10%. Fundamentally, the composition scheme can be availed in respect of goods and only one services, namely restaurant. However, there are cases where a manufacturer or a trader is also engaged in a supply of service other than a restaurant service, though the percentage of supply of service is very small as compared to the supply of goods. That means dominantly is in goods only. There may be there may also be cases where a restaurants provide is also engaged in supplying small percentage of other services. Okay. With a view to enable such a taxpayer to avail the benefit of composition scheme, second proviso to section 10(1) permits marginal supply of services for the specified value along with the supply of goods or restaurant services. This specified value is not exceeding, sir, it should not exceed what? Maximum limit 10% of turnover in the state or union territory in the preceding financial year, or 5 lakh, whichever is higher. Thus, it can be inferred that where the turnover of a registered person opting for a composition scheme is up to 50 lakh in the preceding financial year, he can supply services up to maximum rupees of 5 lakh. Okay. Further, where the turnover of a registered person for opting is more than 50 lakh and up to 1.5 crore in the preceding financial year, he can apply for services. Okay, he can supply services in the current financial year up to maximum 10% of value of his turnover. Okay, look at this question. Ram Sevak is engaged in a supply of goods. His aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 60 lakh. You know that you have to take 10% of 60 lakh now. Since his aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year does not exceed 1.5 crore, he is eligible for composition scheme in a current year. Further, in a current financial year, he can supply services up to value 10% of 60 lakh, which is 6 lakh, or 5 lakh, whichever is higher, and therefore he is able to he can supply services up to 6 lakh. If he supply beyond 6 lakh, then he will become disqualified or ineligible to get a composition scheme. Interest income to be excluded. This also I have told you. Interest income to be excluded from the total aggregate turnover, because interest, if when you are earning interest, that is not your turnover, it's just an add-on income for you. So this is also a circular that I have spoken with. Next. Sir, validity of composition scheme. Yesterday we reached to this point and then we stop. So allow me to finish this point from first from my book and then we will go back to the model. Withdrawal from composition scheme by a taxpayer who ceases to satisfy any of the prescribed condition. The moment you violate any condition, you will become disqualified to be called as a composition scheme dealer. Then you will become normal trader and then you have to pay tax at the higher rates or prescribed rate, whatever it is. And then you have to follow the normal law, not the composition law. Okay. Withdrawal from composition scheme by a taxpayer who intends to withdraw from the said scheme. Sir, can I apply for withdrawal of the scheme because I got one B2B supply order, a very large supply order, and where the party needs to have tax invoice. They wanted to have tax invoice. They wanted to take input tax credit. So being a composition dealer, I cannot pass on the credit. Can I withdraw the scheme at my own? Answer is yes. The scheme is optional to you. When you have applied for the scheme, you can also withdraw for the scheme. So I applied for the scheme. Can department deny to give me the scheme? Obviously, a department will also have power. Denial can be given, but yes, obviously they will give you an opportunity of being heard. They will try to listen to you. Why do you need the scheme and why they are not giving the scheme? And then you can negotiate on that. Composition scheme to be adopted uniformly by all the registered person having same PAN. Please understand, if you are having same PAN, so all registered person under that PAN, that means all your branches, all your businesses must go under composition. Section 10(4) is putting additional condition. Composition scheme supplier cannot collect the tax. Yes, he has to pay tax from his own pocket. Composition scheme supplier cannot enter into input tax credit chain. I told you this because he cannot take the credit, he cannot pass on the credit. Imposition of penalty in case of irregular availment of the composition scheme. If you lie, if you mislead, if you go for misrepresentation, and then you have opted for a composition scheme and if department finds it out, then you are going to have certain penal repercussion on you. All right, so these are the notes written by me for so far as composition scheme is concerned. Let's look at the some of the points from your model. The option exercised by a registered person to pay amount under composition levy shall remain valid so long as he satisfy all the conditions mentioned in the relevant section and rules. I told you he cannot, this cannot violate any condition. For instance, the option to pay tax under composition scheme lapses. The option to pay composition scheme lapses from the day on which aggregate turnover of a registered person exceeds the specified limit during the financial year. The moment you are crossing your limit, you will become a normal person. You will never remain a composition player. Okay, let me give you one example through this. See, this was the example yesterday I was trying to say. See, our year starts from April. In April, you made certain turnover. May, you made certain turnover. June, you made certain turnover. July, you made certain turnover. August, you made certain turnover. September, you made certain turnover. October, you sold certain goods. November and December. In December or 31st December, to be very precise, 31st December, your turnover have crossed 150 lakh or 1.5 crore, in other words. Okay, your turnover has crossed 1.5 lakh or 150 lakh, okay, 1.5 crore in the current year. Now the dealer is asking, can I remain composition dealer for the rest of the year? Okay, that means Jan, Feb and March. Can I still be a composition dealer? So answer to this clearly say the no. Here you have to become a normal taxpayer. In this period you were a composition dealer. So composition scheme will lapse on the day and it will automatically lapse. Okay, you just have to intimate the department. It lapse on the day when you achieve the prescribed limit of the turnover. It will not remain with you for rest of the year. Okay, so this is the point here written. Such person is required to pay tax under regular scheme under 9(1) from the day he ceases to satisfy any of the conditions prescribed for composition levy. He shall issue the tax invoice for every taxable supply made thereafter. Further, he is required to file an intimation for withdrawal of the scheme in a prescribed form within the 7 days of occurrence of such event. Okay, sir. The effective date from which the withdrawal of compulsion scheme shall take effect shall be the date indicated by him in that intimation, but the same date may not be the prior commencement of the financial year. That's okay. It cannot be prior to prior commencement of the financial year. No, new year means new beginning. Withdrawal from the compulsion scheme by the taxpayer who intend to withdraw the said scheme. Okay, the registered person who intends to withdraw from the compulsion scheme shall, before the date of such withdrawal, file an application in a prescribed form. Once you apply that you wanted to withdraw yourself from the compulsion scheme, the effective date of withdrawal will become obviously from the date when it is approved by the department. The effective date from withdrawal from compulsion scheme shall take effect shall be the date indicated by him in application, but such date may not be prior to the commencement of the financial year. That's okay. Denial or option to pay compulsion scheme by the authority. Yes, authorities can also deny. Where the proper officer, see, in income tax you are having assessing officer. Here in indirect tax you are having proper officer. Where the proper officer has a reason to believe that the registered person was not eligible for pay tax, not eligible to pay tax under compulsion scheme, has contravened any provision of CGST Act or provision of this chapter, he may issue a show cause notice. The show cause notice is the opportunity of being heard given to the assessee. Show cause notice to such person. Upon receipt of reply to show cause notice, he shall pass an order either in accepting the reply or denying the option to pay tax under compulsion scheme from the date of the option or from the date of event occurring such contravention as the case may be. Okay, so the effective date of denial shall from a date including the retrospective date as may be determined by the authority. The date of withdrawal of compulsion scheme will be written by authority. That's all. In each of the above cases, such person may furnish a statement in a prescribed form containing details about stock of input containing a semi-good finished goods and finished goods within 30 days, within a period of 30 days from the date on which option is withdrawn. So within 30 days, you need to intimate department about stock statement. Why that condition is required? Because to reverse or to avail ITC. Because while you were in compulsion scheme, you did not take the ITC. Now you have your compulsion scheme is withdrawn. So obviously you will be eligible for the ITC on the stock which is unsold with you. So that provision related to ITC we are going to discuss in chapter number 6. That's a better chapter because there are various provisions related to ITC that you have not understood so far. A person availing compulsion scheme during the financial year crosses the turnover of 1.5 crore on 9th December. 9th December he is crossing the turnover of 1.5 crore. The option availed shall lapse from the date on which his aggregate turnover during the financial year exceeds 1.5 crore, that is 9th December onwards, your option to pay tax under compulsion scheme has already lapsed. Compulsion scheme has to be adopted by all registered person having same PAN. So you already know this provision. Let's look at the example. A dealer Champak Lal has a 2 office in Delhi and is eligible for composition scheme. So he is having 2 premises in Delhi. What is the limit in Delhi? 1.5 crore. Okay. If Champak Lal opts for the composition scheme, both the offices would pay tax under the composition scheme. Okay, sir, that's fine. He cannot collect tax from the recipient, cannot issue tax invoice, he cannot enter into credit chain. Imposition of penalty, yes, sir. Mr. Tolaram is a manufacturer having 1 unit A1 in UP. So he's having first unit in Uttar Pradesh and another unit in A2 MP, Madhya Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, both the states are having limit of 1.5 crore. Total turnover of these 2 units in last year was 115 lakhs. That's okay, it is less than 150 lakh, 85 lakh plus 30 lakh. The turnover of A1 and A2 in the first quarter, okay, we pay tax quarterly, composition dealer pay tax quarterly. In the current financial year was 5 lakh and 10 lakh respectively. Compute the amount payable under the composition scheme by the taxpayer. So how do we compute? He is a manufacturer. What was the rate of manufacturer? 0.5% CGST and 0.5% HGST. But that state in which he is making the turnover. So let's look at this. So far as UP is concerned, his turnover during the first quarter was 0.5 lakh. So he has to pay tax 1%. But what is the bifurcation of this 1%? Out of this 5,000, please understand, out of this 5,000, he's going to pay 2,500. You people please also make note of this. He's going to pay 2,500 to as a CGST to central government and 2,500 to UP government, UP GST, UP government. What about this 10,000, sir? On this 10,000, he's going to pay tax of 5,000 to CGST, okay, and 5,000 to MPGST. Okay, sir, MPGST. Because this, see, when we pay tax state-wise. We check eligibility on all over India basis, but when it comes to pay tax, we pay tax state-wise. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Okay. So here we are done with the basic provisions of composition scheme. Obviously, we need to understand few more provisions about composition scheme that we will be doing through questions. But before that, I need to inform you this, that there is one new scheme which is launched for small service provider, and that scheme is called as presumptive scheme. Okay, that we will do in next lecture.